Good morning and welcome to Sunrise Sebō. Find a comfortable seated position. It can help to elevate your pelvis slightly by sitting on a blanket folded up. And begin focusing on your breath. Breathe in and out of your nose. This practice is dedicated to the purpose that we all carry in this world as sons and daughters of God, to present our bodies as living sacrifices, holy and acceptable to God, as our spiritual act of worship. This practice is designed to center our minds, our bodies, our spirits around our true purpose in life. Just breathe in and out. And observe how your body's feeling. Without judgment, without trying to fix. Just tune in and notice. Where are you carrying tension? Where are you experiencing pain? Just focus in on that breath. Now we're going to start warming up the body. Go ahead and move the blanket to the side if you had one. And begin to arch your back, down, and then up. In yoga, this position is called cat-cow. It is an excellent way to warm up the spine and get it ready for change. Our spine is really the lifeline of our body, so it's always important to give attention and warmth to that area before you begin any kind of strength training practice. Warm up the core and warm up the spine. It's all part of that central part of our bodies. It's so crucial to pay attention to and to be kind to. So gently arch your back, head down, tailbone down, and then tailbone up, head up. Move with your breath. Next, we're going to come into plank, and this is a great way to build heat in the body. We'll plank for just a few seconds here. Remember to keep breathing. If you can, hold this position, but if it's too challenging, drop your knees down to the earth. Next, we're going to slowly bend our elbows, keep the plank position as you're dropping down, and then push yourself up to whatever position is comfortable for you. I like to start by just raising my upper back slightly and lifting my hands off the ground. This really helps to warm up those upper back and shoulder muscles. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you when you're doing this. Next, we're going to exhale and push yourself back into downward dog or a upside down V. Right leg can come up to the earth with your next inhale. Exhale, knee in between your hands. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, knee to the left elbow. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, knee to the right elbow. Inhale, leg up, and exhale, knee to the opposite elbow. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, knee comes between your hands. Inhale, leg up, and exhale, knee comes to the right elbow. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, bring that leg all the way between your hands. Drop your back knee down to the earth. And then rise up. Next, bring your hands down on either side of your foot. Raise your back knee up and step in between your hands to meet the other foot. Breathe halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold, head hangs. Inhale, arms come out to the side, reverse swan dive, up. Exhale, hands into prayer. And breathe. Tune into your body and notice how it feels differently now than when we first started. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold, head hangs. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, folds. Hands are planted down, and you can jump back into plank, or you can step back. Hold plank for a few seconds as we build more heat in the body. And breathe. And on your next exhale, come down into low plank, elbows bent. And then push yourself up to cobra with your hands off the mat, building heat in the upper back. Plant your hands down to the sides of your chest and push yourself up into this upward dog position. Shoulder blades are squeezing back behind you. And then exhale back into downward dog with your head hanging low. Lift your left leg up, and we're going to move into the other sequence here of knee to elbow. Inhale, leg comes up. Exhale, knee to the opposite elbow. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, knee comes between your arms. Inhale, leg comes up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, leg comes up. Exhale, knee to the opposite elbow. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee comes through the hands. This time, plant your feet between your hands. Bring your back knee down and rise up with your arms reaching up to the sky. It's important when you're in this pose to remember that all points should be grounding into the earth. Your foot, your back knee, and your front foot. Go ahead and step between your hands. Inhale, come halfway up, and exhale, fold, head hangs down. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up, hands into prayer above your head. Look up at your hands. Exhale, hands into prayer in front of you, and breathe. Next, we're going to come into prayer above you with a deep breath. Scoop the air up and forward fold, hands plant down, jump or step back into plank. Come down to low plank, and we're going to do a couple push-ups here. And you can do them with bent knees if you need to modify, but just come up to plank at the top of that push-up if you can, to challenge yourself. We'll plank for just a few more seconds. Really warm up the body. Next, come chest down into upward dog. And exhale back into downward dog. Lift that right leg up again to the sky. Bring it over to the opposite elbow for another sequence of this excellent core workout. Bring that foot between your hands. This time you're going to bring your back heel down and come on up into this warrior pose. Focus on grounding your back foot into the earth as well as your front foot, and power through both legs to rise up and reach up to the sky. Next, on your exhale, come forward, and then inhale, come up. Exhale, come forward over that bent leg. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend forward. Exhale, come up, arms up. And just repeat this. Move with your breath. Next, open up your pelvis, facing toward your left side, and spread your arms open. Turn your head to look over that front arm, or look wherever it's comfortable. Really focus on reaching out in each direction. Next, on your inhale, reach up with your front arm and back down the leg with the back arm, and then reach up and over with your left arm on your exhale. Inhale, arm comes up. Exhale, back arm comes up. Inhale, front arm comes up, look up at that arm, reach open. Exhale, move the elbow to the knee, reach up with that left arm. And inhale. Exhale. And one more inhale, final warrior pose here. Exhale, plant down the hands to the earth on each side of that bent foot. Bring the bent foot back down into plank. Come down into another set of push-ups here. Remember, you can put your knees down if that's easiest. Just going to do one more and then come up into upward dog. Legs behind you, toes outstretched. See if you can lift your thighs off the earth if that feels good on your lower back. Curl your toes under. Come back into downward dog. Breathe. Next, we're going to jump, hop, or step between the hands. Inhale, come up with a flat back. Exhale, fold, let the head hang. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Reach your hands up to touch. Look up at your hands. Exhale, hands to prayer. Breathe here. Notice how your body feels differently than when we started today. Notice how building the heat in our body can change things. And as we breathe and surrender, we notice. Inhale into chair pose now. The tailbone goes back, knees just over your toes, and your arms shoot up just across your ears. Look straight ahead. Building more heat here, sink a little bit lower. And just breathe. Next, we're going to go into some spinal twists. So take a deep breath, bring your hands to prayer, and then bring your right elbow to your left knee. Left elbow goes up. And you turn, face your left side. Inhale, arms come back into prayer, tailbone stays back and down. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Left elbow comes to right knee. Inhale, arms back up into chair. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold, head hangs. Plant your hands down on your mat and jump or step back into plank. Drop into low plank and inhale to come up. Curl your toes under into downward dog, head hangs. And your left leg comes up, and then through your hands, plant the leg, back knee comes down to the mat, arms come up. Look up at your hands if that feels good. Exhale, back down. Back heel comes down to the earth and rise up again. This is full warrior pose. Open up your pelvis and open up your arms into warrior two. Arms stretch in each direction. Take up all the space. Inhale, bring your back arm down. Exhale, come over the bent knee with the elbow and the left arm reaches overhead. Inhale, reach down. Right arm comes up. Look up at that arm if that feels good. Exhale. Right arm on your knee, left arm overhead. Bring your left arm down and we're going to come back into plank and then low plank and then upward dog. Open up your heart and breathe. Only come up to the point where it feels good on your lower back. Curl your toes under, back into downward dog. That right leg comes up. Bend the right knee and stretch up and over. Right knee comes up again. Bring the knee across through the body and rest that foot on the floor. And then lift the left arm straight up to the sky for a modified side plank. Left arm comes back down, back into downward dog. Head hangs. Roll your body up to plank and back to downward dog. Roll your body up through plank to downward dog. This is great to warm up the spine, get it loose. Come to low plank, upward dog. Fold the toes under, back to downward dog with your exhale. Next, the left leg comes up. Bring it through between the hands, back up, through the other elbow, back up, through to the opposite elbow, and back up. Bring your foot between your hands. Inhale to come up into warrior. The back heel comes down. Your feet should be in alignment with each other, the arch of your back foot and the heel of your front foot. And everything is grounded into the earth. Breathe here. Next, open the pelvis and the arms to warrior two. Stretch in each direction. Next, we're going to bring our left elbow down to the left knee. Right arm comes up over that ear. Inhale. Right arm slides down the back leg. Left arm comes up. Left arm comes back down with your exhale. Back up with your inhale. And down to the elbow, up and over. Slide the back arm down the leg with your inhale. Exhale, up and over. Inhale. Exhale. Wind the arms down on each side of that front leg. Plant them into the earth. And bring the front leg back to meet the back leg into plank. Bent elbows, bring it down to low plank. And push yourself up with a push-up. You can modify by going to your knees. Just challenge yourself to bring your knees up at the top of that push-up. Doesn't take a ton of body strength. Down, up. Hold it at the top for a few seconds and then back to downward dog. The head hangs. Roll it up to plank again. And low plank. Move up through upward dog. Toes curl under. Thighs come off the ground. Curl your toes under again and rise up using your core strength back into downward dog. Breathe here. Bend your knees a little bit if your spine isn't straight in this pose. On your next inhale, go ahead and elevate the right leg. And then bring that knee up to meet the right wrist. And your foot can come parallel, so it's right behind your left wrist. This is called pigeon pose, and it's an excellent stretch for the glute and the hip. Breathe. Let go. Don't force anything here. And then on your next exhale, only if it feels good, come on down to your forearms. Rest on your elbows. And you can relax your head either on a block if you have one or on your hands. And breathe. With any stretch, you're going to get the most out of it if you can just completely surrender to that stretch. Breathe through it. On your next inhale, come on up. And then we're going to go ahead and bring our knees one right on top of another in a cross-leg position, and breathe here. Reach up and over your ear with your left arm. Inhale, up and over the opposite side. And repeat that. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, sweep around, up and over to the other side. Roll your head to the left and then to the right, breathing into that neck, letting go of any tension that's left over. We're going to come on into plank once more here. Bring your feet behind you, plant your hands on your mat. Come to low plank and push yourself up into upward dog. Look up at the sky if that feels good on your neck. Curl your toes under on your exhale, down into downward dog. And breathe. Left leg comes up to the sky. Open up that hip. Bend the foot behind you. It should feel really good. Just let the weight of that foot fall behind you. Then bring the knee and the foot through and rest it on the earth. And come into a side plank with your foot outstretched at a 90-degree angle with your body. Bring it back into plank. Come into downward dog. On your inhale, lift the left leg up to the earth. Bring your knee up to meet your left wrist. And your right foot should be parallel to your knee. If this is uncomfortable on your knee, feel free to bring in your foot a little bit closer to your body. But again, this should all feel very good. It's important to listen to yourself here and just surrender to this pose and breathe into it. It's good to let these moments where you're just breathing into a simple stretch be full of prayer and meditation. Think about what you'd like to surrender to the Lord as you're surrendering into a pose. Think about what you'd like to offer Him today. Come down to your forearms, rest your head on your hands, and just completely surrender. As there's areas that are tight or difficult to let go of, think about asking God for help, both physically, emotionally, and mentally, to surrender what you need to. Go ahead and bring the back leg in front and sit in a cross-legged position with both knees on top of each other. If this is uncomfortable, go ahead and modify in whatever way you need to. We're going to repeat that breathing exercise of bringing your right arm up and over and your left arm up and over. Inhale, right arm comes up. Exhale, left arm comes up. Just move with your breath in whatever way it comes naturally for you. And then big circle around with your inhale and your exhale. Take a big circle around. I like to incorporate prayers like, may God expand my territory, make me more influential, all for His glory. Next, we're going to put the soles of our feet together in this butterfly pose and just exhale into this fold. Only come as far as is comfortable for you. You should feel very relaxed here. And just continue to take those deep breaths. Continue to surrender. To let go. Next, you're going to come up, lie on your back, and we're going to do a bridge. Bring your pelvis up and push your shoulder blades back and down. Your palms can come up alongside your pelvis, palms facing each other, elbows pressing into the earth, shoulders pressing into the earth, back and down. And just breathe here. Actively pressing into the earth with your heels, your toes, shoulders. Go ahead and bring your hands under your pelvis, and we're going to work our way into a shoulder stand here. Bring one leg up and give yourself a little bit of momentum with that leg, and use the gravity of that leg to bring up the other leg. Crawl your hands up to the middle of your back and just relax here in this pose. Any inverted pose where your hips are above the level of your heart is excellent for helping to flush the lymph system. It's the system that detoxifies our body. It just really helps to get everything to the center, the detox center of our body. So if you can spend time here in this inverted position each day, it has really amazing health benefits. Lower the legs down. Knees can come by your ears or just in front of your forehead. And then slowly roll your spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae, to come down. You can clasp your fingers and roll your shoulder blades behind you for one final bridge pose. Really get a good chest stretch out of this. And breathe. Go ahead and release. Come on down. We're going to go ahead and do a spinal twist. I always love to finish with a spinal twist. Cross your right leg over your left leg. And then let that weight of your left leg kind of pin that right leg down to the earth as you just relax here. There should be no straining in this pose. Should feel really good on your lower back. If this is too much for you, try just resting your knees one on top of another instead of using the pin method to just do a gentle spinal twist. Go ahead and release that. We're going to switch legs. The left leg comes over, cross legs, and twist over to the other side. If it feels good on your neck, go ahead and look over at the opposite arm and relax. Keep breathing here. All right, great job. We're going to come into final resting pose. So if you have a blanket, go ahead and grab your blanket. get your body warm as possible here. We want to be completely relaxed, surrendered. I'm going to walk you through a guided meditation that is excellent for the practice of surrendering and letting go of areas that we hold on to, so we can truly offer ourselves and not hold on to anything. We're going to first focus in on our forehead, and that area, as we think about that area, will be completely relaxed. Next, our eyelids surrender and become heavy. Our eyes become very heavy. Our face, our jaw, our entire head becomes heavy and relaxed and surrendered. Our shoulders, arms, wrists, our hands, and our fingertips. Everything surrenders and is completely relaxed. Our chest muscles, our abdomen surrender. Our hip muscles, our pelvis, our thighs, everything surrenders. The knees, the calf muscles, the ankles, the feet, and the toes. Everything's completely relaxed. It's so important that we remember to check in with each part of our life. Is every area of our life surrendered to God's will? What are we holding on to? Why are we holding on to that thing? It's important to think about these things, because being aware is the first step in being able to let go and to be fully surrendered. As you noticed your body and thought about the different parts, you were able to let go and relax. So take a moment to just check in. God, we thank you for this time. We thank you so much that you've given us these bodies to offer to you. You've given us our minds so that we might direct our thoughts in ways that please you. And you've done it all because you love us. Because as we live for your glory, you work for our good. And we are blessed. Feel free to stay here as long as you'd like in this resting pose. When you're ready, roll to your right side, push yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you say yes to whatever God is asking you to do today. As we go through this life together, we will certainly face challenges. So it's so important to remember to come to the quiet place, to center, to direct our thoughts, and to offer ourselves as living sacrifices. Thank you for joining me again. If you like this video, please subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing any comments or questions you guys might have. Would love to be able to interact with you there in the comments. All the best to you guys. God bless.